Hi, Cindy Lemke, your marketing realtor here with Julie Talks Money Network, and I have Cynthia Soriano here. One of the things that we want to introduce are how we can help you make your next move. So, Cynthia, what are some of the fear barriers that will stop people from purchasing a house?
I think number one, it would be credit. So credit is one of the issues that everybody fears, not knowing their credit, what to do with their credit. Number two would be their income. If their income is good enough to be able to purchase. So those are the two big main ones, but it doesn't hurt to come and ask and see what we could do, to, if you have a car payment, we could try to, if you have bad credit, try to get your score up and then try to refinance your car so we could lower that payment down and get you into a home. There's a lot of things we could do.
And that's what makes Cynthia different than other lenders is she's gonna talk to you about what we can do to prepare you to pre-qualify. And some mortgage lenders are just gonna be too busy and not interested if you don't qualify at that moment. So Cynthia will take the time to help you get a plan to get your score up, to get your debt to ratio income appropriate for what you're trying to get into. So we're also going to talk to a couple that's going to have some questions. What are some things that have maybe stopped someone from purchasing a house because of something that happened during escrow or something that they did? How can you establish the relationship for them to understand that they need to communicate with you for every purchase after they've pre-qualified or staying qualified?
Yes. So one is not touching your credit. So once we get you there, not touching your credit. So it's not touching your credit by buying something. We don't need to be using our credit cards. We don't need to be buying a new car. We don't need to be buying our furniture before we buy that house, So there's things we shouldn't be going in advance and trying to do before we purchase that home. Another thing is your checking account, not putting cash in. There's things that we need to talk before going into the home process, what not to do.
And there's a lot of little things that Cynthia will take the time to explain to you. So that's a great example. Why would they not just put cash in to their checking account? What would hinder that, or what would the process be instead?
So that money, the underwriter sees as where did it come from? Mm-hmm. Why are you putting cash into your account? So we need to go back and see and do paper trail on that cash. So that could hurt the loan also. So
yeah. So there's a lot of little situations or incidents. But the good news is you have a team behind you. We want you to communicate. We want you to ask those questions. And we want to make sure that things are happening to stay qualified once we get you pre-qualified. And the reason it's so important for us to work as a team is because if you're not pre-qualified and you and I go look at homes, are we looking at homes in the right
price range?
Thank you. Because I don't want to show you a house that you'll be able to afford, but you can't pay any of your other bills. You'll never work with me again. And I need you to be comfortable with me and to know that when I ask you to work with Cynthia, it's because I want to serve you to the best of the end goal, right? So we know exactly what to look for. As a realtor, I can adjust a criteria for what you're searching for within the price range. So if you still want, a 4-bedroom, 3-bath, or a larger lot, we can put the parameters with the price range, with everything you want, and it might not be 50 choices, but we don't have to buy today. I want you to get what you want, and we just check it every day or every week because we have to make sure that this is the biggest investment of your life and you're gonna be there for a little bit, So when you buy a house, you don't wanna sell in a year or 2 years because that equity is not gonna be there and it's gonna cost you money. So when you do this, it has to be a commitment. And that might be another issue for some people is the commitment, and are they ready? But it's also an investment for your finance for your financial situation. Do you want to pay someone else's mortgage, or do you want to pay your mortgage?
Correct. And just because you get qualified for 350 doesn't mean you are. It's also going to depend on the property. So when Cindy takes you out, it's going to be if you get a home with HOAs or Melrose. So just because we qualify for 350, she's going to do her homework where she's going to tell you if taxes, HOAs, and Melrose are high on that price range too. So everything just changes. So that's why you do need a realtor and a lender.
That's actually a really great point, because in a newer development, there's going to be higher taxes because they have to do the roads, they have to help with the schools, and the HOA is going to jack up your payment. I've seen HOAs as low as $35 all the way to $300. Correct. So that's all going to impact your payments. So we think of the little things to make sure that you don't get smacked in the back of the head when you find your dream home and maybe that's not within your price range because of all the other things. Right. So we work together to make sure you get exactly what you're looking for within that price range and help you make your next move. Thank you so much. Cindy Lemke, your marketing realtor. Cynthia Soriano, your favorite lender. Julie Talks Money Network, at work for you.
You can listen to me every week on ABC 1490 AM KMET radio, and also on SoundCloud, your favorite podcaster.